company founded and fronted by Kendrick Perkins is offering college and high school athletes upfront money in exchange for a portion of their NIL earnings. Experts say the deals resemble high-interest loans and could be taken advantage of players. And here's the details. But someone essentially summarized it for us. This is predatory as goodness Christ. Such a scumbag way to exploit these young athletes. The company, Nilly, that's the name of the company, offers athletes upfront payments ranging from $25,000 into the hundreds of thousands, said Perkins and his co-founder, Wall Street veteran Chris Riccardi. In return, Nilly gets the exclusive rights to use or sell the athlete's name, image, and likeness for up to 7 years. And the company and its investors receive between 10 to 50% of the players' NIL earnings during that time period. Last thing I'll read. So far, Nilly has signed contracts with 20 athletes. So they already got some athletes under their belt who are either in college or high school, all football and men's basketball players. ESPN sent messages to 10 of the athletes who have publicly mentioned their deals with Nilly, but did not find any who were willing to discuss the company. ESPN obtained a copy of one of Nilly's contracts that laid out a $50,000 payment to a high school senior in exchange for their exclusive rights to sell his name, image, and likeness for 7 years. In that contract, Nilly and its investors will receive a 25% of the players' NIL earnings for the length of contract, or until Nilly earns a total of $125,000, 2.5 times its initial investment, whichever comes first. Riccardi said the percentage of NIL money that Nilly takes from an athlete can be as high as 50%, and a spokesperson said Nilly's share can be as low as 10%. So essentially, Kendrick Perkins is trying to be NIL Birdman from what I'm gathering from this. What's up, bro? What's up with Kendrick Perkins, bro?
Yeah. Somebody did say this was already happening, which I believe, and shouts out to Nick Saban, because Nick Saban and some of the other coaches, I know people clowned him back then, but this is some of the stuff that they were calling out. Kendrick, I don't know if ESPN isn't paying you well. You were playing basketball from high school, gang. I don't know what's going on. Steal the pension money like my guy D Miles and Glenn Davis, but this is crazy. This is nuts.
Yeah, I'm just finding out about it. I'm a pray it's a rumor. I'm a pray there's information I ain't got.
This real, nigga. This is real.
This is real. This is
real.
real.
Say, this is not a rumor. This is real.
Hey, gang, that's crazy. Yeah, that's uncomfortably crazy. My God, my nigga. I ain't got that many words. I apologize.
Oh, I'll keep it short and sweet. Actually, no, I don't want to keep it short and sweet. I'm going to be real. Kendrick Perkins is a scumbag piece of shit. And am I surprised that it's Kendrick Perkins doing this? Absolutely. I wouldn't think somebody like Kendrick Perkins would be the guy to stoop this low to exploit the youth, to exploit his own community, essentially to exploit that. Like, that's crazy to me. I'm taken aback because I didn't expect this to happen for whatever reason, and I feel like I'm narrow-minded for not even thinking about this being a possibility with the NIL deals and things like that with these young players. I didn't think of a corporation coming around and be like, hey, I'll throw you 50 racks to sign this 360. And it makes so much sense. And it seems like the logical next step in giving these young players this type of money so early in their, I guess, professional careers at that point. Now, once you get to college, that's the new level of professional sports is looking. So I am very taken aback and surprised Kendrick is doing this and has a whole team of people prepared to do this. And already are 20 clients in. Say you're saying, oh man, hope it's a rumor. Nigga, 20 only 10 were willing to be like, I'll talk a little bit about it. I'll announce that I got it, but we're not diving into it. So they like it. It's crazy.
Yo, B Souls, this season you've been getting into more different sports, right?
I definitely have, and PrizePicks, our favorite daily fantasy sports app and the sponsor of this video, has been helping me get into these other sports as well. The great thing about PrizePicks is that it offers weekly promotions. So on Thursdays, I'm making NBA picks because that's primetime NBA basketball time. On Sunday, football is on, so I'm making picks then. The app is just really fun. It's easy to use, and we're going to show you how to make lineups right now. So LeBron and the Lakers are about to play the Bucks. It is just a preseason game, so I'm going to go less on his points for this game. And today, I feel like Zach Edey is going to make a statement game. He's going to get more than 9 points.
And since you've been getting into football, let me tell you about my MVP dual threat sleeper, Jaden Daniels. I'm taking more on his yards any and every time I get.
Let's go ahead and put $12 on this lineup right here. Click submit lineup. And boom, that is how you make a lineup on PrizePicks.
Go to prizepicks.com and use code LKIAB to receive a guaranteed $50 once you play $5 in lineups.
And shout out to PrizePicks again for sponsoring this video. That is once again code LKIB. And back to the video.
I mean, of course they like it. They ain't got no money.
Yeah,
they ain't got
1,000 up front.
And not saying that that's what you were going with it, but just if you ain't got no money and somebody offering you money, you're gonna take their money. People always have those sentiments and stances of like hearing these stories or whatever the case may be, people getting bent over, all these situations regarding money, and they say, I never do that. You ain't never seen $2,000 in your face, right? And you are also way behind on this. Your car is broke down. That you don't know what you would do if somebody put $10,000. Because you don't even know what $10,000 look like. And I'm not saying that as somebody who is supposed to be on this 1% end of the spectrum, and I'm speaking from that experience. Gang, when I was waiting until 1 o'clock in the morning for my direct deposit to hit in the gas station parking lot, man, I don't know what I would have did for 20 to get home.
Well, let me ask you this then from that perspective. Is this like a predatory thing then when you can make an argument that he's helping these people that need money?
It's predatory when you and there's even things that define what predatory lending is in the US.
Mm-hmm.
When your requirement is 2.5 times the initial investment, yes, that's predatory. When I'm preying on the fact that you don't have money in order for you to sign over this deal as opposed to doing it in some sort of good faith, that it's predatory.
High interest loans too. That is not.
I'm banking on the fact that you aren't successful, so I can essentially capitalize on not even potential success, but just capitalize on the fact that you signed this contract. It's kind of how I interpret it. Maybe that's too ooga booga, but that's how I interpret it. I'm banking on you to be in a fucked position to where you need to sign this contract. Then once you sign this contract, good luck, buddy.
And on top of that, I mean, imagine these 20 athletes, the ones that are playing basketball, 10% to 50% of their NIL deal that they get, if this is a one and done guy, I mean, and it's for 7 years on top of that, like these guys are signing these contracts for 7 years of whatever that's about to be. I can only imagine some guy that's going to be a first round lottery pick. Is he getting 10 to 15% of his salary? Is that how that's going to work? Or now this player has to stay in red. The guy that's playing football, you have to stay in red shirt for a season and transfer to try to be some super duper senior to pay this NIL money back? Or are these guys getting a piece of your actual professional contracts?
Yeah, again, I'm hoping I misunderstood some of these things, but the interpretation I have currently, and maybe I'm stupid, that's tough, bro.
Yeah, unfortunately, this just isn't new. Like even in the content space, I know of companies who will pay you upfront money, tens of thousands of dollars, for a share of your AdSense revenue, if not the whole thing. So it happens even in the content space. I think this is just a case of this was bound to happen for the NIL at some point in time, which I do believe there is a conversation about like the restrictions and more regulations when it comes to NIL. Outside of this, but yeah, Kendrick Perkins is bugging for this. I ain't gonna lie. Definitely trying to get to the bag though. But damn, if you got to do this, how much is ESPN paying you and NBCS Sports? Because you be on the Celtics broadcast too, man. God damn.
Shouts out to Marvin Harrison Sr. and I think that was UNLV, some school out west where the boys walked out from their NIL situation. Shouts out to them. For the protections that they're trying to, the precedents of protection that they're trying to lay down. Shouts out to them.
Have you heard the cases of players that aren't getting their money from the NIL deals? Like
that's
Team Guard.
That's the one where they walked out. Yeah. That story is something.
Just that one, no. But I've heard this happen in like a bunch of D1 programs. These guys are getting promised this money. We're winding down into the nitty gritty of the season. They are not seeing any of that.
So then it's UNLV, the starting quarterback and the running back. Somebody put it in there. From my understanding of the story, this is bad information, but same situation. They got promised money or whatever the case may be. Some people weren't getting it, and then some of the team members were just like, "We just want to play. We just want to play. How about that? We just will not play and have not played."